Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to Builds with Anna. Today we are in the beautiful world of Henford-on-Bagley and we are building our final December floor plan challenge. So this is in collaboration with our good friend Simaru, and this was the final floor plan that he had given me, the real floor plan, and I had spun and received cottage. So of course we're in Henford-on-Bagley, and this was actually, I think it was a two-story home, but purposely I received just the downstairs version of it, which I ran with. And I just said to Rue, do you mind if I make it a tiny home? And he said, why not? And this is what I've come up with. So obviously we had the floor plan of this build, which is what I'm doing here. And it's an interesting floor plan, but I do tweak it. I do take some creative liberties because I felt that because it was a cottage, I didn't want to do a formal laundry because it's not the type of build that would have a formal laundry. So instead I made it an extra bedroom, which you'll see shortly. So this is what I started with. So I wanted to do a cottage that was a little bit different to the other cottages you've seen recently on the channel. For example, Maddie's collaboration build, there was a cottage there. I normally go super cutesy. I wanted to do something that was kind of in the countryside, which this very much is. So this is on 14 Nettle Lane, which is very much in kind of it's closer to Bramblewood than it is the square in Henford-on-Bagley, so I felt that this would be okay. And I wanted to do this because I wanted a little tiny home on a massive lot, because as you guys know, I wanted to landscape this. I wanted to put in a pond, which is what I'm mapping out now. And I wanted to do like a gardening section. I wanted to do like chickens or cows or some kind of animal. I think I do put chickens in this build. So this is the pond. So it's all sectioned. It always is. So you've got this kind of sloped path which connects to the front of the build. There's like a little gate there. And then to the right of that is a veggie patch. And then there's these beautiful paths that I map out with this cottage living pathing, this terrain paint. And yes, it's pink and, you know, I'm trying to pull away from the cutesy vibe, but I thought it was necessary. It works. And that pathing really allowed me to map out where I wanted things to go. So how it works is this is your chicken coop here. And then I actually put like, it's not a functional wishing well, but it's from the debug menu and it's from the square. It's the wishing well that's from the square, and I thought it would be so good. So that's kind of how it's sectioned. So this is that kind of garden patch. I do put some faux vegetables in there just to make it look a little bit more realistic. And then the chicken coop. And then it's kind of naturally created this little circle. And you'll see we just add this wishing well and it's so pretty. I love cottages for this purpose, you know, really like focusing on the landscaping. And that's why I chose such a big lot. Because Henford-on-Bagley actually doesn't have a 20 by 15. Do they? They might do actually in the town, but I wanted this to be more in the country. So all of the lots were huge and they were very obviously rectangle, because I think that when they designed the lots, they wanted them to really have like a farming side yard essentially to all the builds. And that's why they're not really square. They're all rectangle. So I just kind of shoved the build right at the back of the property and then moved the landscaping to the sides. All right, so let's get into the home. This is the bathroom that we have just put some tiling in, and I'm just putting some doors. We do change those doors towards the end of the build, but how it works is you walk in. I've done a half wall. The floor plan does kind of have something that looks like it divides the section. And that's the kitchen, and then there's the main living, dining, and then the bedroom. And then to access the bathroom, you have to go through the bedroom. It's very weird, but that's actually how it was in real life. But obviously, you've got to remember that that's a downstairs to a two-story house. So it probably makes sense in the real life builds, but not in ours. But it's a tiny home. It's The Sims. It'll work. So as you can see, I've placed in my wishing well and I'm just doing my little garden. It's so cute, right? We've got Patchy. I really loved those debug planter boxes from Cottage Living. You guys know, I've said it before, Cottage Living debug menu is top tier. I just think it's so beautiful. It matches the world so well. I love these kind of sporadic orange kind of apricot flowers and these pink flowers, you guys know, and the roses. So what I decided to do, I started to place these roses and then I went crazy. So we actually manipulate the size of the roses, and I line everything with them. All of these paths are lined with roses, whether it be the pink or the red roses. I've just lined everything with them. I started and then I couldn't stop. And this happens to me all the time when I build like bigger homes that have a lot of landscaping. I just go crazy. But I think it's so pretty. It kind of, there isn't a lot of greenery. There isn't a lot of actual grass. It's all really accounted for. But there's something that I really like about that. You know, it's almost like this tiny little house in a communal garden. I almost want to say that this could almost be like a community lot, and that the gardener, the caretaker of the property, just lives in this little tiny home. But to be honest, like, this is like a garden. It's like a communal garden. So I put in this little debug wheel, and I do lower the terrain so that it's in the pond. I just have to size it up a little bit. I love these trees. There's something so pretty about them, and they give so much volume to your landscaping. Like, it's like vavoom. Love it. And we mix in the pines because of the area that the builder's in. But yeah, it really just gives me like community lot vibes now that I'm thinking about it. We put in a little gardening table. I put some lily pads in the pond, and just touching up the terrain, just because I've obviously added a lot more flowers than I thought I would, so I needed to add more dirt. But it's such a beautiful space. So over by the pond where that pathing is, that's where we put a clothesline. And what I do is I put like a manual hand washing basin. It's a bucket instead of a washing machine inside, because to me, this build felt like that would be applicable. So instead of having a laundry, which is what that room was meant to be, I made it a second bedroom. I think I made it a nursery even. Yeah. So we are now inside. This is the kitchen. So I really kind of naturally went with the red. I wanted to take the red from the toadstool in the wallpaper and run with it. And I paired it with this kind of, it's like a minty green. It's not the same green as, oh no, I do change it, sorry. Yeah, I think I liked that it paired with the pink. I liked the pink kind of shutters that were on there. And I didn't really have space for a bin, so I do this sometimes where I put the bin kind of near a counter, because it looks like, because I would do that in real life. If I was preparing food, I would move a bin towards me so that I could, dispose of the waste. So I thought, why not in this home? And then I just went with the pink. So that baby pink, that kind of salmon color. I just found anything that had pink in it, and I just paired it so well with everything else. And this, we couldn't put a couch because, as I said, it was very small. I really struggled with space trying to find dining table room. So that's how you know, if I've got in a bird's eye view, I'm struggling. So I just have to very carefully move and look and move and look. And I did cut a lot of that out. But in the end, I do think we stick with the green. I do think we stick with this layout. And it does look a little bit cluttered, but it has everything you need. It's like a fully functional kitchen, and it's got a dining table. And we do add a little bit more into the kitchen. I put in a stack of books because that would have been easier than a bookshelf. Just a painting. I do put like a vintage TV because I felt it would be more applicable. I wanted to put some skill building because it's a tiny home, obviously. And I just put in like some cookbooks and some old things and just cutesy, cottagey. I love this condiment clutter piece, but it's too big, so I always size it down. But I just think it matches the vibe of this build so well. So I really love, obviously, that living space. I think it's super cluttered and really nice. We've gone in with the cottage living bed in a red, just to kind of marry the colors of the space. I've gone in with an older, this is a werewolf's rug. I don't know why. I just felt that it worked well. I used the trinket case from there. I put in a tea set because this is the type of place that I would think needed a tea set. It's from the Wedding Stories pack, and it's very kind of Victorian and girly, but this is the type of pack where I think we should have had a tea set, 100%. So as I said, I booted the laundry outside, and I did just make a cute little nursery. It's to me, it's not too bad because, it is off the bedroom, yes, but I wanted to give 2 bedrooms. I thought that would be quite special. And we did just put a bath because obviously that baby is going to age up and they're going to need to be able to bathe the child. So I did just go with a bath because I couldn't put in both. And I just changed the doors. Alrighty, we are live in game and we are just going to do a very quick tour. So I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the gate. So you enter through here. This is essentially where you would enter, and you are just like, this here just looks like such a community like space. You've got like a garden and all this pathing, this beautiful like wishing well. This is all non-functional, by the way. You can see there's like wooden planks in there, and then you've got the chicken coop, and I probably could have put like a bench or something out here. It's just so pretty. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then you follow the path around, and this is where they've got that laundry section. So that's that hand washing bucket and the pond. All right. And I put like packages because, like maybe from the town. Super cute. All right. Now, I did build this closer to Christmas time, so that's why there is a wreath on the door. Let's go into the home. So you enter the home, and this is that main area. It's all in this one space. This kitchen is beautiful. I love how the pinks interact with the reds. And I've gone with this blue swatch of this tea set because it was similar to the blue that was in the clutter items. And I just felt that it was thematic for this space. And yeah, just a really pretty room. I put in some ribbons because, maybe to imply that the chickens had won awards or something. Then we head into the bedroom. The bedroom's very basic. It was odd shaped. I didn't really know what to do. This functions as a wardrobe, by the way, so that will be okay. The washing baskets aren't really the type that I would think would be in this home, but that's fine. And then we have the nursery. This is, as I said, this should have been a laundry. So this was actually a laundry in the floor plan that I was given, but I've just made it a nursery because I felt it was more applicable, more use. Because it's a cottage, I think having this as the laundry situation makes more sense. So we've just utilized as a nursery. And then we have the bathroom. Again, I put in a tub, and yeah, just a very simplistic bathroom. I've gone in with Art Deco. Don't know why. I think it was the shade of blue that I really wanted to use because it was identical to this blue. I think that was more the reason I went with it, but not really a solid choice, but that's okay. This will be on the gallery if you are interested in it, but I just absolutely love the kind of, like, from afar, it does just look like a community park with like a groundskeeper who has a home, and there's just something about that just looks so cozy to me. Rue, if you're watching, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And for January we will be moving into floor plans but reversed. So all of the floor plans you saw over on Rue's channel for December, I will be tackling now in January, and vice versa. So he will do mine. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.